Love or career? This is the question that makes CEO James have to trade everything. He used to be a successful man, with a solid career, assets that everyone admires. However, because of Tu Diep, a woman who has experienced a lot of suffering. Is love worth sacrificing career, reputation and future? In a faraway place, James's father is on a business trip abroad. During an important meeting, the partners suddenly mention James's private matters. Mr. Hone, a good leader like you, why would you let your son get involved in such a relationship? A man who has been married before, and even has a child, this will affect the company's image. Those words made Mr. Hone suddenly quiet down. As a proud businessman, he could not accept his son's love affair affecting his honor and cooperative relationship. Immediately, he called his wife to urge her to go abroad. Get your work in order and come here with me. I can't let James continue like this. James's mother, I'm busy with many things and haven't been able to arrange them yet. Besides, I think James is mature enough to decide his own life. I'm on his side. The phone call ended in a tense atmosphere. James's mother was worried but still believed in her son's choice. Meanwhile, James was still absorbed in his work at the company, completely unaware of what was happening behind the scenes. One afternoon, he invited his close subordinate to a small coffee shop to discuss a new project. The atmosphere was initially relaxed, but after a while, his subordinate's face became heavy. He lowered his voice, as if afraid someone would hear. Mr. James, from today, we are no longer allowed to follow your instructions. Uncle Hone has just sent an official notice. All decisions must wait for his instructions. You have been suspended from the company. The words were like a thunderbolt. James was stunned, his hand tightening on the glass of water. He never thought that his father would push him out of the company in such a cruel way. James's eyes darkened, a feeling of loss invaded him. In that moment, he understood that the road ahead would be a real battle, fighting to protect love. To protect Diep and NHI, even if he had to trade everything he had. James left the cafe with a pensive look on his face, his steps heavy. The sound of traffic outside was deafening, but he had no mind to pay attention to anything else. He did not return to the company, but drove straight home. His mother was folding clothes in the living room. Seeing her son come home early, she was surprised and asked, "Why did you come home so early today? Did you finish all the work?" James sat down, was silent for a moment, then said that his father had suspended him from running the company, and all the work was now decided by his father from abroad. His mother paused, her hands shaking. She sighed, slowly saying that she had tried to advise Mr. Hone but he was too stubborn. He was afraid that James would lose his career and reputation because of a love affair. James smiled faintly, his eyes determined. If you lose the company but keep the person you love, then it is not a loss, Mom. His mother looked at her son, both loving and worried. She said that the road ahead would be very difficult but she believed in his choice. James nodded and left the house to meet Tu Diep. It started to drizzle. In the small house, Tu Diep was cleaning up dinner. NHI was sitting diligently doing her homework. James walked in, his shirt still wet with rain, his face tired but his eyes full of determination. He sat down, took Diep's hand and said that his father had just fired him. He was no longer running the company. Tu Diep was shocked, tears welling up in her eyes. James, Don't lose your career because of me and our child. I don't want to be a burden. James held her hand tighter and said slowly, "Diep, you are not a burden. You are a motivation. I don't want to live a life where every decision I make is arranged by others. I want to live for myself. For us." Hearing that, NHI ran over and hugged James, whispering, "I also want Uncle James to be with me and Mom." Diep heard that and burst into tears, leaning her head on James's shoulder. The whole room was silent but full of warmth. That night, James called his father. The phone rang for a long time before Mr. Hone picked up. James said that he knew his father wanted the best for him. But he truly loved Diep. If this company did not give him the right to decide his own life, he was willing to start over. Mr. Hone was silent for a few seconds. His voice low, "You will regret it. James, this world is not as easy as you think." James replied firmly, "I am ready to face it. I only ask one thing. Don't hurt Diep and NHI." The call ended in heavy silence. James sat there for a long time, staring out the window where the rain was still falling heavily. The next morning, James went to the company to pack his belongings. The staff looked at him with pitying eyes. No one dared to say a word. Only James's footsteps echoed in the long hallway. He walked out of the building with a small suitcase. His steps were slow but his eyes were full of determination. James drove straight to Tu Diep's house, knocked on the door and smiled. "I'm free now. I'll rebuild everything from scratch, as long as I have you and NHI by my side." Tu Diep hugged him, tears streaming down her face. NHI also rushed to hug them both. In that moment, the sadness disappeared, leaving only warmth and the belief that a new family was truly beginning.